Okay, well, I had to do a bit of producing today because Ron's quickly had to dash off. I'm gonna be a bit low energy today because let me take off my glasses, which means I don't get to see anything. Let me try and see if I can move it closer. I have a hot cup of tea here. I don't know if you can see it. Yep, a hot cup of tea. And I've got my blanket here because I'm feeling a bit. I don't know. I don't know what I'm feeling, but I don't feel too great. I just feel tired. Uh, I think it's a case of because I recognize the feeling. I think it's the chronic fatigue, and the worst time for it to come on because we're having our performance tomorrow, two shows, and I need to be high energy, high this, high that, and I just want to crawl in the corner and just feel sorry for myself. But I think I've just had a bit of like emotionally volatile time, and my body is just like trying to cope with all of it. So I'm sure by the time I drink my honey, lemon, and ginger mix, he hot way. He enter. You won't believe it. For I've been in this country almost 20 years now. I'm just shy by 2 years, I think. So the first, because I started having hot drinks. So since I've been in this country, I've avoided hot drinks like the plague. Anytime they're offering, oh, do you want me to make you a cup of tea? I'll be like, no, thank you. I don't drink tea. I don't drink hot chocolate. I don't drink anything hot. Just give me water or juice. Then when I had diabetes, I stayed off the juice and it was water. But this year, I don't know what happened. I'm telling you, in the middle of winter, Pam used to be like we'll have to go to the shops and start going around the shops trying to find who has ice to sell in winter because I didn't know that I had pica then. Excuse me. I didn't know that I had a serious, severe case of pica. And pica is basically, some people call it pica, some people call it pica, but I call it pica because I follow anyways. So basically pica is like the cravings for really like the weird things. Some things are edible, some people have cravings for non-edible stuff. So some people just like to lick sand or lick a wood, but for me, and most of the time it's pregnant women who get it, but if you have iron deficiency, you have a tendency to get pica or pica. I know someone who has to keep spoons in their mouth. They're not pregnant, they just have iron deficiency and they just put a spoon in their mouth and they're just happy. Like sucking on a spoon like lollipop. So you know, people have all kinds of cravings. A lot of pregnant women, they have cravings for weird combinations, gherkins and ice cream and stuff like that. They just have weird, like it affects your taste, but it's really an iron deficiency that causes it. So I didn't know then that I had a very severe iron deficiency. Like it was so bad they were considering um hospitalizing me and giving me a blood transfusion. It was that bad. But me, I was just going about minding my own business, thinking everything is okay. I just have this weird craving for ice cubes. Like in the middle of winter, I'll be like chewing on ice cubes like I'm eating popcorn. If I'm watching TV like this, I'll just take my masher and I'll just get a couple of ice cubes into a bag. Boof, boof, boof. Next thing, I'm sure you annoy Pam like crazy. But then I later on found out that, oh, it was iron deficiency. So they put me on some high iron tablets and the pica stopped. So I've eaten the last, like, I don't have any ice cubes left in my fridge. That's how much I'm cured now. I don't have any ice cubes at all. And the one time that I had cravings, we went to the store and I was just like, I just saw the ice cubes. I was like, Pam was like, No, no, don't tell me. And I was like, I don't know why, but I have a serious craving. She was like, let's get you chicken livers. We're making you chicken. So we got chicken livers, made a big stack of it, and I just sat down and ate my way through. And the iron then calmed me down. Yeah, how did I get onto the story of pica? I can't even remember. But anyways, so I'm feeling some kind of funky. I'm feeling some kind of tired. And hey, so I never used to want hot drinks in any way, shape, or form for almost 16 years or more safe. And next thing, one morning I was just like, I feel like a cup of tea. I was like, what's wrong? Then I actually went and rooted through my thing because, of course, I don't buy tea or coffee or anything. And I found some lemon and ginger tea. And I was like, yes. And I made that cup of tea, and it was like the best thing ever. I don't drink hot drinks. All of a sudden, steamy hot cup of tea. You go find me there. So, that thing they say about you never really even know your own self because you can change. Because if anyone had told me in all of those 16 years that one day nobody will teach you, it's you that will be plugging the kettle and making yourself a cup of tea, I'll be like, me, Abiodun. You lie. But look at me now. I don't know whether I don't know if I can show you this steam. It's quite hot. I don't know whether you can see it. Anyways, it's quite hot. Mm. And the thing is, I got toothache, so the heat is not helping that tooth, but I really need this, whatever. So, anyways, yeah, what has happened? Ron has a story. He's the one that chose this topic. He has a story because he's away at the moment. So let me just do the ticker. And he's saying, is it okay to marry your ex's best friend? So because I've been at college and I've been, getting ready for this play and everything, I've not really done social media. Wait to concern me on social media. I don't understand anything. Hey, I'm sorry, I don't have all the gang that Ron normally plays. Oh, but gang, bush. I'm using my mouth to play the music.
The one is even better than the music self.
Avio, gang, bush, 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 bush.
And it's so
Bah!
oh God, you. You
Mommy
have
is in
missed
the
your calling.
house. How are you?
I'm fine, sis. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Well, I'm trying to be. I don't know. I feel a bit. I just feel weird. I don't. Like when you're exhausted, but you're so past the point of exhaustion, you just sort of continue
Mm-hmm.
until like your body just. I think that's where I am, and I think because tomorrow is our play,
At
we're having
school?
2 shows tomorrow at college. So we've been rehearsing and everything, and I went to college today, and then I went to work. So
Okay.
my body is
Well,
like tough
yeah.
do. My
Yeah,
body
take
is
it
like
easy.
I'm trying to. In fact, I'm not doing any after party. After I just leave all you after party people, I'm going to go and sleep immediately because I have to be at the doctor's for 8, which means I have to be up for 6. So I have to go to bed and just force myself to sleep somehow
I am there.
because
You ha-
my tutor sent a message around to. Huh?
I said we'll
What did you
allow
say?
you. We will allow you. I mean, it sounds
Thank
like you've been
you. My
offered.
tutor sent a message round to everybody that if anybody should come late to class, he's going to be extremely upset. And the
Oh,
thing is that he is not someone who gets angry at all. But we've seen him lose his temper once, and it was you
not
know,
pretty.
even me that I'm like Agbalagba was like, yeah, hey, they go flog us today. Oh."
Okay, good.
So
Well,
I'm going
it's
to
a
prep
play, you know.
everything.
Yeah. Make sure, make it a
Because we
priority.
need to do our run through one more time on the stage gong gong with the
Right.
lights, with the music, with everything.
Do you people have
So
outside people coming to see it, or just friends
yes,
and family?
we have all the students in the
So
college
people, the
coming in the
public.
morning,
Oh, okay, cool.
then the public in the evening.
Oh, wow. What part are you playing?
Yeah. The witch.
Wait, what's the play? Oh, that's appropriate.
Yes.
That's the role patriarchy gave us older women. Anyway, we're all witches. We start off as sluts, then we graduate to crazy, then we end up as witches.
Well, it is Hansel and Gretel, so there had to be a witch.
Oh, okay.
And
I know
in
that
fact, as soon
story.
as they said your play that you're doing is Hansel and Gretel, I was like, I'm the witch. That's the very first word the very first sentence I said. I'm the witch. And I actually
That's
sent in
fine.
an audition
Oh,
for the
wow.
part. I'm the only one who auditioned. Like, I was like, I don't want any other part. I only want the witch.
Wow, that's
And
so
I'm loving
crazy.
it a bit too much.
That's the best part of shows where people actually are enjoying what they're doing.
I'm telling you.
I hope you guys video it too and you show us later.
Well, because it's college and they're minors, so I'll only get like the parts where I'm on and put that
Oh,
on.
really?
And
That's
because
crazy.
I don't want the parents going to go and get me arrested though.
Hmm.
I'll ask because if we can put
Well,
it
I
on, then
think
I'll put the play on.
somebody will video the whole thing. As my son used to be in drama club in high school, and every single play that they put on is on YouTube. So, and you people are in
Well,
college.
Oh,
Wow!
thanks, everybody. Thanks. It's okay, you guys.
Bumi, can you hear the
I
patriarchy that is
can hear
going
it.
on right now?
Oh God, don't.
Mr. H, welcome,
Hello.
Jare, better person. How you day?
Yeah,
How body?
good.
Somebody who is feeling himself. When he's done, you will let us know.
How you guys? You guys are looking so good.
I even
Oh,
tried
stop.
for you people
I think
today. I
what have
decided
I
not
done?
to stop disgracing
But you
myself
know
and
this thing that
comb
you
my
said, Bumi,
hair.
about us women being known as witches, sluts, blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
yeah.
Because again now because of the play, I was totally not around. So Ron, I now called Ron. I was calling him to tell him a funny story that happened.
Well, which are the things? Is that Uncle Kayode? Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
I know, Mama, delete the one doc. I'm just going to delete the two of them when they are doing this their nonsense.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes.
You're welcome. The Calvary has arrived.
Are you
Right.
done? So me,
Wow.
I called Bumi as me. I'm telling you because if I right now, the men on this thing are annoying me.
Not
Except
already,
Mr. H,
Charlie.
because Mr. H came me humbly. He came me like a humble personality that he is. So I called Ron to gist him. I can't even remember what the funny story was. Hey, my phone, my phone hasn't been ringing out for about 3 weeks. And my sister was the one that bought me the iPhone. So me, I was like, me, I want to go back to my Android though. This iPhone life is not for me. So I've been complaining to Ron that if I'm not holding my phone, I can't know that someone's calling me. So my older sister now called. So I was like, Egbon, it's like you are not going to vex so because I'm going to throw away this phone inside bush. She now said, oh, that there's a knob on the side. Have I turned it? I said, no, that my brother told me that it's to open the case. She was like, no, it's for the volume. And I turned it. I said, phone had been silent all the while. So me, I called Ron to gist him this gist that imagine, he now said, so this is the nonsense gist you called me for. And when me and my wife are in the middle of an argument about somebody marrying her best friend's ex. I was like, which one is my own with someone married? He was so angry with me that I called him for nonsense gist. So I was like,
that's your wife, man. We will soon be have you with her. She sounds so interested.
You think
every time I hear that man's name, it's always some sweet gist.
Abby, what you don't understand? You don't know how arguments are resolved. So basically, you spoiled some mood going on there.
No, they were shouting. The two of them.
You don't get it. You don't get it. Forget about it.
Okay, I forget about it, but they were shouting about I was like, Shebi is the friend's ex. Somebody's ex is somebody's lover. So but Ron was not having it.
Let me even be clear. So who's my is the ex? Wait, I'm very confused. Because that's what
it's Ron that can explain it because me, I don't know the story. Oh yeah, Ron. Over to you.
The situation is like this,
Mm-hmm.
A lady and her husband broke up in the most acrimonious way you can imagine. In fact, I even read one time that the woman had to bring soldiers to beat up her husband in the house before she left the house.
Okay, so not acrimonious then. The opposite of acrimonious. You said acrimonious, which means it was good. But how are you bringing soldier if it's good? So it was
no, acrimonious is not good though.
Acrimonious means bitter now. Bitter fights.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Go on.
Okay.
Agreeable, you mean agreeable? That's when is agreeable.
Excuse me,
I
Bumi.
honestly still think that acrimonious means
Bumi,
good. But it means I'm wrong on the word.
It's not acceptable for you to be blowing bullets of English.
I will not take it. No, you cannot say that to my sister.
Because I did not use the word. I simply questioned the meaning.
Yeah.
She questioned the meaning, which is understandable.
Your British passport will be revoked. How can you be half English and then you now be
don't mind him? The queen said that. The queen said that I should tell you that your title is waiting for you anytime you want it, Jari.
Thank you, Jari. It has.
Even me, I know
as a special envoy from Hamad.
Really? I don't think this is the first time I've questioned this. I feel like I'm
you don't have to explain. They've already said the meaning. You don't have to explain. It's always wanted to explain.
Tells me that acrimony.
So
Bumi, the queen Gaga said that I should tell you that your title is waiting in the palace anytime you are ready for it. The queen Gaga, not any other counterfeit.
Thank you very much. Try to think I can embarrass me over English language. Never.
The queen is going to give her the Oni Tabon of England.
No. I admit it. I heard the words and I question meaning.
Why you such an bias? Please let Run tell us this story because me I didn't understand.
Exactly, Ron, please continue.
You remember the Onibon J in Ibadan? The Onibon J family.
What? Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
It's a real family. Yes, don't mind him.
Die over that shit in Ibadan.
You don't remember the Onibon J family in Ibadan?
No, it's an actual family.
Ron, please tell the story and you know Kyle.
It's me that spoke it with Omatabolo Sogogon. Come on.
Good girl.
So
maybe his own is coming. You wait.
After they broke up, they carried the fight to the social media. So for like almost 2 years, we know the year word. Now she rose up and went to marry the ex-husband's best friend, who I hear is also married, and there are children between these in fact, it was 2 years fight, and there are children involved in this mixed match. Like, it's not as if that she's dealing with a single person. You're dealing with a family friend that you've known for years as your husband's best friend. So
The
we
way
need
he's
to
making it as if it is one big something.
Sorry?
So there's a Kyle distracted with all his nonsense. I
Okay,
still
so
don't really
two
get
people
this.
two fighting.
Let me
And
let
the
me break it down. Let me break it down. You are married to Kayode. Me, I'm married to not Ron, Mr. H, right? Then Kayode and Mr. H are best friends. Then me and Mr. H we fight. So much so I carry police to come and beat Mr. H, right? They beat Mr. H, they throw him for streets. Then I carry the fight, enter social media, tell the whole wide world, hey, Mr. H, oh, na community, I no marry him again. Then and you know Mr. H and Kayode are now best friends. And I go carry Kayode, say na him remain, me I want marry. I mean, Kayode
Why
is
do you
married
have
to
to
you.
use me for that kind of nonsense example?
Gotcha. You see what you see?
Mr. H, why I say na community throw for street, he
A
shouts.
man to do a woman's job.
He
You
shouts.
how we just broke the thing down like this. Yeah, quick.
I know Sabi gist.
So you see, Shay, you don't understand them. So now Ron Wahala be say, how dare I
And
leave
your
Mr.
children.
H? Every episode according to say, how dare I leave Mr. H and go and marry Kayode
Yeah, joking,
because
right?
Kayode is married to you? I'm
So
like,
No,
I think Kayode, wait, oh, I think Kayode was sitting there by himself, minding his
no,
own business, his hand crossed on his
no.
chest, and I just
That's
went
not
and kidnapped him and married
no.
him.
Remix
I
the
find it
story.
hard
You
to
haven't
believe
That's
even
not
Ron
how
tried
it
to
can be
is.
explain
that
something.
ridiculous.
What actually happened is that they've been friends even while she was married, happily married
That
to
is
her.
the point of best friends. They were friends.
You're trying to make it look as if they became friends after they broke up. They've
No,
always
I said they
been
were
family
best
friends.
friends. I said they were
Okay.
best friends.
Now, the friendship was such that it's family to family, like there are kids involved. Like this side of the kids, these people, like you know how that kind of tight friendship is. Then all of a sudden she just woke
Run, they
up.
add the whole pepper and
Why do you
tomatoes
keep
inside this
saying
one. No.
she? Maybe she had that man was
I tell you,
fighting.
I think she got kidnapped the
But him
man.
and his best friend were not fighting. Why do you? What? He's
But
the one that did something wrong here. You
inside
can't
the
expect your
analogy,
enemy to give a shit about you and your.
inside the analogy, I don't know what happened to Bumi.
Eh?
Bumi is sitting down minding her business now.
No, so what did the guy that so if I was married to Bumi in this analogy you gave, did I now leave
Yes.
Bumi to come and marry you, or basically I
No,
just
you married
the wife.
the two both of us. Join.
oh so basically
Yes.
one is a polygamist, one is a monogamist.
Eh?
Yeah. One is
Wait,
a concubine.
But Ron is blaming the other woman. He's not blaming the polygamist, though. It's the other woman that came to join that is blaming.
Wait, sorry.
the same
Let's
man
jokes
has been
aside.
dragging him
Let's
this
bring
whole
common
time.
sense into this thing. Why would you, in the first place, even imagine to go and marry that kind of man with the millions of men available?
If that man is a
Why
good
are you
man,
happy about her and not him?
no, let's even leave whether he's happy or not. He's a good man that she knows. He's a kind man that she
I'm
knows.
confused. Ron is normally very reasonable. You and this woman are enemies. Anything she does to you, it should be accepted.
Bad game.
But him and his friends, were they enemies? Why is he
Good.
doing this to him? And
All time in love and war.
I don't get it.
Okay, now
Exactly. Once
let's
somebody is your
get
enemy, all fucking get off the table. Whatever they show you that. Yeah. So why are you expecting
Okay.
anything from her?
If you see this the way he's talking mildly, if you see the way he was screaming on the phone, you will think that I was the woman.
wait. Bobby, here's the thing. If they were just no people, like they didn't have any form of relationship, they are not remember, divorce is hard on younger kids anytime it
Why do
happens.
you keep
Now,
bringing the kids into this? When are they
I wonder, and then he'll be
okay,
accusing us of using cheap blackmail, and he's using cheap blackmail now.
wait, Bumi, wait. Let's even make the thing simple. I see Bumi is a little bit thrown off. It is a Nigerian scenario, not American scenario. So let's think like
yes.
Somebody that
They're not be people
flying around Facebook. I just didn't pay attention. I just don't understand why you are holding the wife, ex-wife, that they're fighting, that they've been over, that's already been dragging him on social media, right? Am I getting?
Yay,
now, your logic will work. I'm coming. Let me answer you.
One,
wait,
and then the guy involved. Why are you mad at him? Were they fighting?
Wait, I'm coming now. Let me address your issue. According to the question you asked, the husband did not go and marry her best friend, though. It's just one aggressor in this scenario now. The guy did not do what she did.
I don't understand.
Are you getting the picture now?
No. You're making it unnecessarily confusing.
Okay, now let's start again.
Forget the woman for a second. There are two guys. They're best friends, right?
Yes.
I think that you and Kyle are best friends. Kyle didn't have a problem with his wife. That one's been dragging him up and down. Eventually, they go their separate ways. And you go and date that woman. Should we be
I'm not date. Marry. Not date. Marry.
So I don't understand why that's not the focus of this thing. This is your best friend. That should be the focus. Why is that not the place to me?
We're going to deal with everything. But what we are saying now is that the best friend already had a home, right? We'll address that one later on. Now we are questioning of all the weapons you think you have in your arsenal is to mess up an already bad situation by crossing over.
The man does not have his own brain to think about protecting his situation.
Let's finish. Let's address the primary subjects. Then we'll move to the secondary subject.
I don't think that she's the primary subject. Sorry. She hates him. Anything she does to destroy him is not that it's okay, but
no, by you it's fine.
He's the best friend. I can't understand. Unless you're trying to tell me that he's helpless. She came and she did juju on him, and he has no agency in this matter to decide for himself.
Me, I don't address juju matters. I don't talk about juju matters. That was a joke
because you're asking me to be mad about is a bit ridiculous.
I don't know about juju. I don't know about juju. Now, the guy in question wasn't even the one flaunting the marriage. He was like about the whole thing. This woman she's one that brought her business to the public. I was minding my business when she came to inform all of us. You see where the problem is?
No.
If they had done it quietly now, I wouldn't have known. I don't care.
Wrong, you're very mad.
You're
still not mad at your best friend that married your ex-wife who hates you and has been trying to destroy you. You're not mad at him for jeopardizing this family situation that was so good that she destroyed. You're not mad at him for any of that. You're still just mad at this woman. You're insane. This makes no sense.
Okay, so wait, I'm coming.
I said, I'm misunderstanding the situation.
The initial husband at the first divorce is not the aggressor. The activities are just happening around him. He's the best friend.
I'm talking about the best friend. Why are you not holding him? He's the most responsible here because that's his best friend. He betrayed his best friend for no reason. The ex-wife betrayed her ex-husband for a reason. She hates him, right? We understand that. She hates him. It is very clear that she hates him. Did the best friend fall out with his friend? Are they not still friends?
Okay. Since it has come to this. Okay, since it has come to this, I have to give the winner of the Best Wife Award for beginning of this year to this moment in person of Candy. Candy, can we hear your opinion? Candy has been a very wonderful wife, very loving mom. And I think that the wonderful things Candy has been doing in her family has made people jealous on Facebook. And she's been
Objection.
kind to her husband.
Reading the witness. Objection. You are priming the witness.
No. She's been very kind to her husband. I'm telling you. To the point where the husband doesn't he communicates with the eyes. And Candy has been very loving. Very, very loving. Candy is scoring high in my book. The book of records. Candy is very high inside the book. So let's hear what such a very virtuous and wonderful, self-respecting wife.
Did you just call me virtuous?
No pressure.
Oh my goodness.
We feminists don't like that word. We're not about that time.
Funniest thing I've heard today. All right, so I'm a little bit confused. I don't know what exactly you're talking about or who you're talking about. Like, who married whose best friend? Let's start from there.
Okay.
Let us hear.
A lady.
My understanding is there are 4 couples. There's 2 couples, right? 4 people. One of the couples split up. The men in both couples are best friends. So one couple split up, terrible split, acrimonious. And she's mad. She's dragging him on the internet. This went on for they've been apart for 2 years. She involved the police. It was just a bad breakup, right? Now she's married to the best friend, I think as a second wife. And they're mad at the guy, at the woman, not the best friend.
Wow.
You understand? She has no obligations to the guy anymore. If anybody has offended anybody here, is the best friend that offended his best friend. She's got nothing to do with him.
He's a toddler that can't think for himself. Like somebody just pussy whipped him and he lost.
That's why I said, when Ron was shouting this thing, when he was shouting this thing early today, I was like, was the man tied down and she went and carried him and took him to her house? Because I'm trying to understand the way she went and married him. As if she went to kidnap him or something.
Right.
As if he did not have any hand inside. He was just sitting in his house with his wife quietly, and the woman just came and grabbed him and married him.
Cannot resist another. Ron, explain to me why you're mad at her. I don't get it.
Can we allow the virtuous wife? Can we allow the virtuous wife and the rational, Candy Brown to
the products 315. I mean, I went.
Can we allow the rational Candy Brown to explain herself?
So. She
why is that showing on 2 screens?
Divorced her husband and then married the best friend.
Yes.
Okay. So
we are looking at the morality now.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at morality of it,
both of them fucked up a little. Yeah, but one fucked up more than the other.
It's a very slimy.
Let us hear the virtuous woman. No,
I know,
because they said we are not virtuous. They said we are not virtuous.
No,
let us wait.
Wait. Everybody wait. Before Candy speaks, all of you should get a notebook because we can all learn a thing or two from
my
Candy.
God.
Where's my pen? Hold on. Because anytime Candy speaks, wisdom comes out.
Oh my
God. And we need to
wait, so I'm grabbing my pen.
I don't even understand where all of this is coming from. Okay.
Candy. My pen and paper is here.
I'm appreciating your good work.
Number one.
The whole situation itself kind of reeks of, I mean, it's totally slimy or whatever.
Okay, slimy.
This is what we are saying. We need rational
slimy totality. Number one. Number two.
Slimy.
Can you let her speak, please? I'm taking notes.
If you put the word slimy in context, in a contextual mode, you see how evil and terrible. Anyway, say the second thing.
Yeah, I mean, number two. but it's from both parties. But I feel like the man is the best friend who went ahead and married this woman because it's not like, he's like you said that they had a very huge it was a huge fallout, right? So obviously the woman is like, she's not sending the guy or whatever, but the best friend that agreed to marry this woman, what is he thinking?
Just use the word send?
Yeah, now
for lack of a better term. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think virtuous women also use the word send, so it's okay.
But seriously, like
what
is the
best friend at fault? Number 2. Number 3.
The best friend has a wife at home. His wife at home used to be best friends with this ex-woman. They were best friends.
But you use the term used to be, so they are no longer. So again, allegiance gone.
I don't know. I don't have information on that. I don't know if they quarreled. But just imagine, you had the guts to even marry your ex-husband's best friend, and the wife of that ex-husband
used to be your best friend.
Why are you saying she has the guts? Did the other man not marry her too? Like, why?
The other man married her too. Number 4.
If you're gonna say that,
Candy, you're a virtuous woman. Virtuous women cannot
Candy, be guided.
Things that make sense like you're seeing right now.
Be guided.
He's threatening the virtuous woman.
I had to deal down and marry him.
He's threatening the virtuous woman.
Like you're saying, she has the guts. Usually, isn't it even a man that proposes to a woman? Like, why is it like she's the one?
What about? Okay, wait.
Wait, I'm going to throw Ron under the bus here. He even went as far as calling her a harlot. Because she married, according to Ron, she married her husband's best friend. I think the man was sitting there tied up. I'm like, how is she a harlot? Did she open a shop?
I mean, what?
Hold on.
Doesn't she need to
Now,
collect
I want
money
us to use. Wait, I'm coming.
I want she needs to collect money for sex to be a harlot.
We know what transpired. Now, what will make you see Candy and Bumi?
People Kayode is looking confused.
Candy and Bumi, then all of a sudden, Bumi decides to marry Candy's husband, God forbid. And Bumi decides to marry Candy's husband. As close as they are, knowing fully that Candy is a very obedient, virtuous, and forthright housewife. She still went to go and marry her husband.
She's not a housewife. She's a working mother.
She married him as his second wife, right?
Yeah, this bad one is not his second wife. Second wife, junior wife.
No, she didn't tell Candy to move now. She just said shift small. Abi?
So is this the story where the wife is in America and she's in Nigeria?
No, it doesn't matter. They are friends.
Among the Yoruba people, one name is Shashian Demonio Sunni.
But they are friends. That's what matters. They are friends.
But the man are friends too. You keep harping on
because the way he's doing
there's no way you want to look at it. Everybody in this situation. I mean, the two people. I mean, there's no.
Because we must never hold men accountable as virtuous.
There's no
one
like
guess who is looking good in the whole picture? Guess who is looking good in the whole picture? Just guess who is looking good.
Who's looking good?
The first,
you don't care.
The initial husband who has not taken any.
That's true.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
No matter how much.
No, he's not the only one looking good. The wife sitting down in her house that they came to bring wife to meet, she's looking good. The man that acrimonious, the menene, the wanty, he too is looking good. And then the two slime boats in the middle are looking bad. So, but the thing is that there are two slime boats, not one. The one,
Yeah.
because this afternoon you were shouting that she was the slime boat. They are both the slime boats.
And they're not even
And
on the same level.
I want
One
a
is worse than the
shrieking
other.
she
Come on.
cat.
Look, if I divorce you and it's bad, like we're dragging each other on the street, we're calling police. Nigga, whoever. In fact, I will make it a mission to fuck as many of your friends as possible. Like, what the fuck?
In fact, all of them. If possible, line is Papa Joy.
To be, you people need to understand that. That is what it means to be at war.
How about you heard of women that ordinary dating, they are dating a guy, the guy will show them pepper. They will now make sure that they sleep with all his friends, his brothers, his father.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's like
you all your friends. This is women revenge territory.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is the couple.
Okay,
Yeah,
because this is the end of the people.
Okay, but it sounds
Yeah,
like
I don't know. I feel like
it's pretty in that picture, now.
The first wife is in America, and she was taken by surprise by all of this.
Did she
The
ask
first
for
wife
this?
is in America, and he was in Nigeria.
Yes.
So
okay, I don't know the story. So where is the first wife? Is she in the house with the husband?
No, she lives in America.
I heard she was in America when the wedding was holding.
No, she lives in America. She lives in America.
He betrayed her for sure. That is a betrayal. That's the only person who can say anything about what this girl did. Is that man's first wife?
Yeah,
she definitely betrayed her, but she did not betray her ex-husband. Not even a little
at
bit.
all.
No, she didn't betray her ex-husband because she's not with him anymore. It's the friend that betrayed the husband, his friend.
Exactly.
It's because how are you gonna marry your?
So all the time you be coming to my house, come and shop lunch. You'll be eyeing my wife.
Exactly.
You'll be looking at my wife, castigating your eye on my wife.
Okay, let me see if I understand all of you. So in all this, screw the children's feelings. It doesn't matter.
I beg your God.
Nobody's saying that.
Whether the children are there or not, the same portion of blame. It doesn't change the blame.
Exactly.
The blame stays in the right places. The woman betrayed her best friend, and that guy betrayed his best friend. That's actually all that happened.
And that is that.
Exactly.
He's not innocent in all of this.
Okay, we've seen where the virtuous woman has taken. You're not looking good, though, Candy. You're not looking good.
Virtuous man, Mr. H. Virtuous man, Mr. H. Oh, yeah, talk your talk.
Not virtuous, but before we get to Mr. H, I can see he's getting angry and smiling. Let's go to the ex-general. Somebody that has
the polygamist himself, who will marry all of us, join together if we're not careful. He will marry the three of us if we're not careful in this place. That's the one you're calling. Okay, okay.
Let's invite somebody who has experience as long as Bumi. At least they've seen it all. They know what's going on. They know what is left, what is right. They can advise us as father figure and mother figure, and we children. Let's say father figure.
Ron, you are trying to put stone inside Kayode's bush. I mean, it's inside his pocket. Stop it.
It's a father figure. What are you saying? Are you saying it's not a father figure?
He is not father to any figure in any way. He is a younger bubble, starting number 2.
You cannot think for our father figure. You cannot.
Father figure himself has said that he's doing a younger bubble. He said it last week.
No, but he has not executed the plan. It's just his thoughts. He's expressing.
No, go ask half the female population in Dominican Republic. They will tell you.
He's just catching up for lost time. Lost time. He wasted how many years without doing the correct thing? He's catching up for lost time. He has explained it here before now. Why are you trying to confuse him? You have the floor, sir. Please, just tell them what they need to hear. Tell us, as a father figure.
The way I see this, right? what you're observing is something that happens all the time. Actually, it's just that they brought it all the way out. All this. Let's go back in time. You will hear of one very rich man in Nigeria, a name that if I call, you will all know, right? Who basically took an Oba's wife. You remember that? Or you don't remember? I'm sure you remember it.
I've never heard of it. Oba's wife, and he did not die.
Ugbayawo Oba, yes. Ugbayawo Oba, yes.
Wait, isn't he a musician?
No, Abiola Gbayawo Oba.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that. He took an Oba's wife. Clearly. You mean royalty over wealth? Wow.
Forget that nonsense. That is because, again, you will understand that most likely they had been sending the young wife message to go and collect money. You understand?
Yeah, I didn't actually bribed that about. He wasn't that mad.
Of course, now that's the only way. That's the only way they would have been having enough contact for him to basically make a move.
People say that Abiola was ugly, but that guy had some serious dimples that even I, as a child, was like, damn.
No, with that much money, another ugly. Something about money makes them look fine.
No, the thing that I liked about Abiola was his dimples. His dimples were so nice.
He was also charismatic when people describe him. He was charming, you know.
I was actually just joking, but H last week he alluded to something like that, we didn't get to talk about it. I hope that you guys bring up a topic about it at some point. He was insinuating that a lot of women cheat because they are easily impressed with things, in Nigeria, and I think that's probably kind of true. Like a lot of women cheat on their husbands in Nigeria because of they're financially lured away, put it that way.
Or
and because that financial strength isn't that the financial strength isn't that common, is it? It's not yet that common. So there's still a lot of women who rely on their men for everything.
Exactly. So if your man is poor and you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're suffering, and some uncle down the road wants to be spending money on you anyhow, you can see why some women, they'll start to disrespect you.
On the flip side, the man can also be very, very rich, but very, very dull. And then here comes this charismatic person who is just basically making her laugh that she's almost peeing in her pants. Before she knows it,
they just use laughter, carry it to her wife, go be that too.
Sometimes it's the boyfriend that is paying school fees. Sometimes it's the boyfriend that is paying the house rent that the husband cannot afford. I mean, it gets bad in patriarchal society.
You don't hear when they just talk now. Say they can't take comedy, carry rich man wife, go. Comedian. Yes. You leave your rich husband, follow comedian.
Yes.
That doesn't happen.
When they do that, when that happens, actually, they don't basically leave the guy who has the money. So basically, they take the money and use that.
Oh, they use the comedian to augment.
Yes.
Okay,
this has always happened, right? Everybody.
Not as much as the other way
around. Augmentation program.
Yes, everybody signs a life contract. This contract called marriage, at a point in time, is drawn out. Some are carried away. Some are able to find their way back. But everybody gets drawn out at a point in time. And
what I'm trying to say, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, and I want you to go back to what you were saying before, because I think this should be a separate topic. A lot of times on Facebook, I'll tell people that patriarchy isn't just bad for women, it's bad for men too. And it's completely different from what you're talking about. A lot of poor men suffer under patriarchy because richer men come and they fuck up their lives. They fuck their wives, they take their girlfriends, they corrupt their daughters. Patriarchy it hurts poor men as well as much as it hurts women.
It hurts all the systems have their own faults, and so
that's why Baba landlord will be sleeping with his tenant's wife and daughter and sister.
Exactly. And unfortunately, if it's the same poor men, they'll be defending the patriarchy.
But okay, on the
They'll
flip
be saying
side,
that the traditional values, you should listen to me, give it call. But traditional
on the
values
flip
are not
side,
as women under that shit.
on the flip side, there is a worker who basically got recruited to go and work in the Middle East, right? A driver. Unfortunately for that driver, he had to service madam and the daughters when his oga was not around, and he dare not say no.
Ha.
Ah,
Yeah, some of
Because
that is happening.
That one is rape.
he was going to lose his
No,
lucrative
no.
job and get fired. So basically, he was always tired. Because
No,
they
but
were,
if he
Kind
was
of
being
Pharaoh.
coerced into sex against his will, isn't that rape?
whatever you call it, I'm just telling you some other person. So when you're talking of the money and the patriarchy and this thing, I'm telling you that there are many others, there's
Yeah,
a
no,
few.
but that only happens amongst wealthy women. How many women are wealthy in the society compared to how many men are poor? I mean, the story you
Abby,
just told is the
start
same story
tagging.
of Joseph in the Bible and the Pharaoh's
Eh?
wife and Moses'
Start
mother.
tagging.
Yeah, that's how
My
Joseph
phone
was thrown
isn't
into
here. The
jail.
battery is gone, so I can't
People
tag anything.
always get
That's how Joseph
drawn
was thrown
out.
into jail. That's only happens to rich women, Kayode, is what
Yeah,
I'm telling
people
you.
always
Sorry,
get drawn
all the
out.
people I normally tag, I can't tag you. My phone battery has died though.
And when people are drawn out, actually, in all these stories, first of all, nobody considers the kids. So the kids are not under consideration when the body.
Actually, I don't agree. The scenario I'm talking about, most of these women, it's exactly because of
Did you read
the
it?
start to fall out of love.
Yeah, I saw it. I
Oh,
just saw
are we
it.
talking about mercy? Okay, sorry. If we're talking about today's
Yeah.
topic, then yeah, nobody's talking about
Yes,
this thing.
now. Have you
It's
read this?
terrible.
Have you read it for them?
Okay, I'm not really happy about mentioning someone's name, but Ron feels
Just
very
blank,
strongly about this.
blank,
So the
blank.
resemblance between the lady's son and this her new husband is striking. She cannot even deny it. I hope her ex-husband does the paternity test. Things they occur. Every day we see stories that reinforces the need to do a DNA as a father. The street is military.
Mm.
Please,
All right.
So
Ron, explain to me why this man left his first wife and 3 children in America for so long.
Okay, I'll tell you now. This the the original father said that the no need for DNA that him born. You see it. Olajuwon
that's
is my
people
son.
will always talk rubbish. The person who came and said, "Oh, the boy looks like whatever." Even if she had married a Chinese man who was short, he would have still found a way to say the son looked like the man. He
Okay,
would have
so
found a way.
this election, your heart is so pure.
This is
Is
the vex running.
we
What
dey
what
here dey
is
fight.
vexing you about the whole thing, Ron?
What
No,
what
we
And
dey.
will
why
I
are you
dey
not mad
here
at
dey
the
fight.
guy? Why are you not mad at the guy?
what will end up happening is that while you are still very upset about it, these people will basically settle this thing. Mercy will return to her ex-husband and life will go on.
Bagam.
Nobody can control anybody. We're trying to. You see,
They
this is
will
the basis of.
they will
This is
forgive
the
the thing,
basis.
settle the matter, and life will go on. You see, the thing is that there is an assumption here that the way you are very serious about sex being between two people and must never cross any boundary, that's not how every other person sees this thing, right?
Exactly.
For
Okay.
some people, unfortunately, the reality is that it's just the rubbing together of genitals. Finish.
Okay. Okay. Now let me
Adultery
make it
is
serious.
committed by
I know.
adults.
I know, no,
Okay.
no,
Let
no.
me make it
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. There are all these labels and all that stuff, but not everybody feels that kind of deep sense of, oh my goodness, it belongs to
I
me.
will,
It can never
I will
go out of
explain
this house.
why.
We don't
So
need you to explain. We know
I will
why.
explain
Just
why
say you
everybody
will
needs.
tell us your opinion. You're
I
not
was on
explaining
a
to us.
I was on a platform last week. Guess the subject. The subject was that a woman had 6 children for a Jamaican guy, right? All the 6 children DNA field. He wasn't the father of any of them. Now, what made the guy really mad was that over time, people were always telling him that these children they don't look like you. It's like, no, I love my wife. She can't cheat me. These kids are mine. So the day he eventually decided to go and run that test, he found out that all 6 children, uh, uh, all 6 children weren't his. So the first thing the guy did as a Rastafarian, he came to confront her. So the response he gave to her made him so mad that he went into the bathroom and cut off all his dreadlocks. Then the next day, he decapitated her like into 7 pieces, like, and called the police, called everybody that is come and arrest him. Like he has done his own part.
Wait,
Why am
she's
I saying
actually stayed in the house after the DNA test came out. She
yes?
stayed. Ah.
Yes. Why
You
would
see,
not?
you see
Why
this
would she not?
unnecessary liver that some women have. This is the thing I
But
don't
wait,
like.
why? Is that a normal reaction though to chop someone up? It's not.
No,
I
my
don't even
point.
care whether it's
He could
normal
have
or
stabbed
abnormal.
her. I'm coming. He could have stabbed her. He could have hit her. He could have injured
You do
her.
not
But
stay
here's
in the
the
house
point.
when the man finds out that kind of thing. You clear, like the wind.
Okay, I agreed. Now here's the point. The point is that not everybody you see moving around is normal. Some people are not screwed tight. And you testing somebody's will is a dangerous thing to do, whether it's a man or a woman. Now, it is for this reason society has put structures in place to guide our behavioral pattern so that we don't go crazy and encourage people to be dicks or sluts and misbehave without repercussion. That is why we have customary laws. This is why we have civil laws. We have criminal justice system. They are all to put us in check. If you leave man and woman to behave as they please, I guarantee you the world will
Hypocrisy
not
will
last
ensue.
another one
Yes.
year.
Well, yeah, but I'm just not sure how this really ties into the conversation at
I
hand.
don't even understand.
Like,
This is the thing.
the
Kayode, can you remember what we saw? The post that was sent out on the group that we are in about the woman that went on holiday with her husband, a very expensive holiday to Dubai, and they came back and she drugged him and then burnt him to death with an iron. And why did she do that? Because he cheated on her. Not even with a friend or anything. She cheated on her and he took her away on a holiday, maybe apology tour or whatever. And she came back from the holiday. They have, is it 2 children or 3 children? And she killed him. I don't know whether you've read the story, but it was on the site. Now, it's both ways. Some people can deal with infidelity and some people just can't. I know. And hey, Mr. Justin, welcome. Now I know, like I and Ron and Coyote have talked about it. My deal breaker that I've always said from time immemorial has been disloyalty. Like me, I know that I can't take cheating. I just can't. Someone's phone thing is echoing. I'm the kind of person that I'm terrified that if someone cheats on me, I would snap. So in fact, if I ever got into a situation that my partner cheated on me, I know myself, I'll call someone and say, come and get me out of here because I'm not sure what I can do.
Yeah.
Because if I truly trust someone, I trust them or her completely. So when that trust is broken, it's like you've not only broken it's like you've broken me, you've broken my soul. So there are some people, someone like her now, if they cheat on him, he just be like, oh well and good. So say, but on to the next. While me, I'll be there, wailing, gnashing of teeth, sackcloth, ashes, everything.
Are you sure I consider it cheating if somebody decides to go with somebody else?
No, but while me, I would think that is the worst thing that could ever happen to me.
We all think that.
I would literally want to die.
You cry and cry and cry, and then one day you're like, you know what? Bro, and you never ever scared of that shit again.
I know, but see, before I would get to that place,
exactly
that place, do you know how long it took me to get over my ex fiance? It wasn't 3 years.
I get it, Abby.
I do not own another human being.
You're right.
Well, I
Though.
mean,
I
where
was
it
a
should
woman who
go.
said that somebody broke her heart.
What?
She was a spinster.
But
She was like in her 50s. She'd never married. And I don't know. We got talking, and she was like, "Oh yeah, when I was in my late 20s, I fell in love, and he broke my heart, and I said never again." And I was like, "What? Forever, ever?" She was like, "Yeah, I can't handle that kind of pain."
Wow.
So you're right.
That's the thing.
but,
For some people,
but
it's like on to the next, and for some people, it's literally like death.
Kills me.
Because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I remember when he came to the house and eventually said, "Oh, we are through. Like we are through. This relationship is no more." I remember actually feeling as if blood was pouring from my chest, and I was struggling to breathe. And he actually called another person. I said, "Please, I need you to come because I think Abby's having a heart attack or something." Because this is someone that in my head we were already like together, our lives. I was already seeing our lives, and then you come and tell me we're not doing it. I literally thought I was going to die. They had to stay with me through the night, holding me, telling me to just like I thought I was going to.
But you see why though? The answer to your question is in what you just said. It wasn't just that you
What?
lost love or you lost a man, you lost your future. And that would kill anyone. That's the same thing as if you built a business and you heard tomorrow that it collapsed. Nobody who can be standing if they think that they've lost their future. And that's a lot of where the problem comes from, is when we attach, so much to
Well, yeah, because remember that this was a guy who proposed to me when I was paralyzed. There was a guy who helped me back on my feet when I couldn't walk. He was the one who was holding me, who was cleaning me when I couldn't do anything. Like he would bathe me, take me to the bathroom, clean me, do everything. He was feeding me. He had become everything. Everything. He
yeah
had become the family that I needed so much and I did not have. He had become that.
So Abby,
So,
if you were well and you didn't need anyone that much, do you think it would have bothered you as much?
well, when I look back at my life in uni, when I was in uni, and my first fiance broke up with me. Well, my mother is not able to hear this, so I can say it. I actually got admitted to hospital.
And you were not sick then, you were fine. You could have easily moved on and gotten somebody else.
No, as in they literally had to sedate me because I was literally losing
Yeah,
my
but what I'm
mind.
getting at is you keep talking like it's just the guy, but you're mentioning all these things that are huge. They're big, such as a future, such as you're dependent on him because you're sick. So I'm trying to establish whether
No, I'm saying I'm saying when I was in uni. No,
the
this
first
one was
one,
the
you were
third
not sick,
fiance.
you were perfectly healthy, you could have
I
gone
was
to move on
perfectly
to meet someone
healthy.
else,
I was
and you
in
still freaked
school.
out.
Yes, I was in school. I was perfectly healthy. I was a fine babe. Boys were rushing me. It's not as if I didn't have offers, but
Upsells,
this was
exactly. That's
like
what I was getting at. Okay.
but this guy was my love, my kinikon and everything. And all of a sudden, Bobo just came and said, "Hey," because he went to go and play music somewhere. He now jammed the girl. Apparently, they now had sex. And we were doing Christian relationships, so we not chop toy toy. So it was not like the toy toy he has tested is better than the one he's hoping to
I
taste.
told you
Let
those
people go
pastors are
down.
responsible for a lot of things.
So he don't
oh,
came
okay.
back and told me, say, he don't do again. I nearly die, yo.
Those pastors.
Well, thanks a lot. That was a very touching throwback and very
Yes.
emotional. I won't share
So
that with
what
you.
the bottom line is we are
Sorry,
different how we can deal with heartache. You understand?
I
Some
was
people can take
explaining.
it and some people can't.
Okay, thanks for the throwback back in memory lane, emotional roller
There is
coaster.
nothing to talk about this topic, Ron.
Wait,
You
I'm
already
coming.
know who.
Wait. But I'm still on this matter. So
Okay.
this emotional roller
Oh yeah,
coaster.
Mr. Justin, were you listening to what we were talking about? Did you
I'm
hear us
still going to
before?
tell him. I'll tell him. I'll
No,
tell
I
him.
had the topic, but I've not heard where we're going.
I'll tell him now. I'll tell you now. So this pending virtuous wife of the house, she asked a very fundamental question. Candy said, "How does all this tie into the topic?" And I was just about to give her the answer before you brought back your Osu love. How is the Osu love connected with what's going on now?
Bumi
Explain to
asked
me.
me a question and I was answering her.
She said she was
Is
trying to
this
tell us
subject
that
about
heartbreak
Osu?
affects people differently.
Are we discussing Osu heartbreak now, or the actress that committed
Okay,
an
just
abominable
all
act?
right. Get on with the topic.
So back to what Candy was asking.
Actress that committed an abominable act, like the man was
Before,
there.
before Abby rudely interrupted us with estrogen and emotion. So back to
I
what
swear to
Candy said.
God, I'm going to find someone to come and find you in that South Africa and slap you.
So back to what we were saying. Candy, how it works is this. I know it's easy for us to say, consign us, it's none of our business. Everybody should mind their business. But if we go on that streak and everybody should keep doing whatever pleases them, there are going to be crazy people, right, who will react and will all have to say, it's his emotion now, crime of passion. Let's not punish the person because the person reacted based on his emotion, and the man or the woman is allowed to do whatever they like.
What
So
are we
I'm just
talking
No,
about?
trying to
what?
I'm lost.
I still don't. I still
How
don't
is us
understand.
talking about this now going to stop someone from having a crime of passion?
Ron, what?
I
I'm
just told you
lost.
that this is a recipe. This subject
Oh, for
is a
crime of passion.
recipe for crime of passion.
Okay, okay.
Do we get it now?
Yeah.
I still don't understand, but
But
go
where
on.
is society rules and regulations come into it then?
Exactly.
Well, I'm supposed to be angry with Abby. Abby did a terrible thing to me this evening. She was playing music and I gave her my favorite artist music to play over the airwaves and she threw everything away. She just threw
I've
everything.
told him if he should send me that guy's music again, I'm going to block him. Do you know whose music is intended to be? Speedy Darlington. Exactly.
You were supposed to make him
You know the
popular.
guy that did bang, bada bang, bada bang, bang. That one guy that talks with all of his nose and his ears and his mouth at the
You can't
same
even
time.
sing the song. You can't even sing his song. Oh God. Anyway, Mr. H,
I'm telling you,
the
I can tell you that that guy has no business being called an artist.
Naira Marley uncle. Are you not
Naira
watching?
Marley, at least Naira Marley sings songs that has rhythm and that all of us can dance. Is it the nonsense and Oturupo that one is singing that you're
We'll
calling
go
me?
back to Naira Marley later. So let's go to our apostolic anointed brother with anointed view who sees things forthrightly and
Can you see how you
also
try to set
in
people
the
up?
person in the person of Mr. Hamza himself. Please let's give it up for Mr. H. Let's hear your opinion.
Disappointing! Disappointing!
Yeah, my candid opinion is that it still borders on morals, on being disciplined. You wouldn't if you is somebody that is not moral, that is not disciplined, that would do such a thing. I understand some people do it to spite the other person.
Okay.
Like I
Who,
leave
the
you.
man or the woman, or just speaking
Both
generally?
ways they do it. Both ways they do it. It's not one way. Okay, I leave you. Okay, I'll go date your friend, or I'll go marry your friend, or. But sometimes
Bless
we
you,
should be
Candy.
we should be matured enough
Thanks.
that there's what they call morals and there's what they call discipline. And there's some things that even if you are tempted to do, you shouldn't do. Even if you have the opportunity to do it, you shouldn't do it because you need to be morally sane. Because at the end of the day, it comes back to you. And at the end of the day,
So you think
they
that
say,
you think
they
it's
say,
the same, the man and the woman, the crime is the
there's,
same for you, Mr.
there,
H.
there's,
There's
there,
no
there is
difference.
something they say, it will all end in shame at the end of the day. Sometimes you may think you have done well. Okay, I'm going to date him now so that he can cry in the closet. But at the end of the day, where you are going to, the backlash, what you will receive there, don't think the other person is.
Wait, I have a question for you, Mr. H.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have a question.
Are you trying to say
Allow
that men
Mr.
do
Head
the
to
same
finish.
thing?
Allow Mr. Head to finish.
We don't need to tell us that bad things are bad.
No. This one I will not agree. You have to let him finish. He
Allow Mr. Head
always
to
keeps
finish.
quiet when everybody's talking.
Yes,
He
Mr.
always
Head
keeps
kept
quiet when
quiet.
everybody's talking.
You
Let
una
him
no let
finish.
me una no let me land. Una no go let Mr. Head land. After all, what is wrong, Mr. Head, believing that you should not have sex until the day you get married? Nothing wrong with it. Allow him to land. He has a right to be thinking
Then
like
stop
this.
talking.
Yes, as I was saying, and again, I would do it in both sides. Some people may feel, how will I explain it now? People may feel, okay, maybe the person was in with the wrong person. Maybe it's when you're okay, you are with a woman and you have a best friend. And at the end of the day, you guys fall to broke yourself to the social media, you embarrass yourself, and later when he goes and marry your friend. And at the end of the day, they turn out to be a beautiful couple. What do you say about that? That means
I think you're losing anointing.
initially they were with the wrong
You're
person.
losing anointing.
Ron, let him finish
Wait,
his
I'm doing it two
statement. Don't
sides.
interrupt
I'm
him.
doing it too. I'm trying to bring it two sides. I've said the first part, I'm saying the second part. That is how people think. Oh, maybe I was with the wrong person. Now I'm with my friends, my ex-friend, and I'm better, I am happier. Was I with the one I was with before? Was it the wrong person? And some people do it out of, oh, I want to spite him back. But I still believe if in my own opinion, I will not do it because of morality and being disciplined. Because at the end of the day, this thing has a way of coming back to you, and you don't want other people to do that kind of thing to you. And sometimes in the modern days now, that I would say, like as Abby was saying just now, and Bumi was saying that because you break my heart, I will go and be doing. But at the end of the day, you are doing yourself, because at the end of the day, you in the hearts of the world, people are saying, hey, she's doing that, she's getting back at him. But at the end of the day, when you sit down in your closet, are you doing the right thing? Have you done the right thing? Are you doing eye for an eye? At the end of the day, what if you turn to be a laughing stock? Like what is that? The news that Ron posted just now. It's that at the end of the day, let's just wait for some years' time. What if she's not happy in that marriage? You don't go to the market and call somebody a thief. How then later you go and discover that the person is not a thief? How do you reconvey the market to say the person is not a thief? Let me tell you, if you see a woman dancing, if you see a woman running,
Abby, what are you doing on Facebook? Come and join us.
If you see a woman running, holding her breast, she's not running for fun. So what I'm saying is that sometimes in this kind of situation, we must be morally sane, and we must.
Please translate that your proverb. About the woman holding her breast and running in the market.
If you see a woman running, holding her breast, she's not running for fun. So what I'm saying is
what is she running for?
Mr. Egg, for the sake of the listeners, please just explain that, there is a proverb that says, you understand? Yeah. Otherwise, it's confusing. It's already confusing.
Because I'm trying to imagine I'll be holding my breast and running in the market.
Just imagine the other people who are wondering, somebody's holding breast is yes. You've lost them there. So just explain that it's a proverb,
Yeah, it's a proverb because if you are running and you are comfortable when you're running, you wouldn't want to you want to run stylishly. But if there is something pursuing you, I don't think you let your breast juggle up and down when you are running. So when you see a woman running, holding her breast,
so when a man is running and something's juggling up and down, does he hold it too?
There's no proverb that I've never heard that one before. So
because I saw a sports thing in America where a guy was running and the thing was on a wavy level. It was here, there, and everywhere.
So what I'm saying is that we ought to be disciplined. We just ought to be disciplined as human beings, and we should have morals, because whatever we do, sometimes we think we are doing it to spite the other person, but at the end of the day, we're fooling ourselves at the end of the day, because the story is the narrative is out there now You see, people start saying, "Oh, is it the son?" Okay, let's give an example. In a British show, maybe Abby will have watched it. There is this man. The man is probably around 70 or 80s, and he brought a guy to the show. It's a DNA show, and I think that the man sent this guy to school, to masters and everything, and they live in London. So the man,
So a Nigerian man.
is a Nigerian man and a
Yes,
Nigerian
I've seen it.
son.
I've seen
And
it.
the
I've
man,
seen
I
it.
think the guy is over nearly 40 and the man is 80. And the woman in Nigeria called the man and said, "Look, that boy that you have trained all your life is not your son." And that was the only child the man had. And the man's like, "Is it true?" And they came and they did the DNA and they found out that it's not actually his son. The man almost had a heart attack in the show. If you watched it, how painful it is. But at the end of the day, you
Was
see what.
screaming in pain. I
Yes,
actually cried when I watched
but,
it. I cried.
but at the end of the day, did you see? Did you read between the lines? At the end of the day, the son said, "You are the man I have known all
Yes.
my life." So whether mommy say you are not my father or you're not my father, you are still my father. So at the end of the day, you want to do something to hurt people, but in the long run, people will see you as the stupid one. So at the end of the day,
Okay.
in this kind of issue, we should. I will not do that. This thing, I will put moral and discipline to it. Even if the
Mr.
woman
H, I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question, please.
yeah,
What if in the process of with your wife, you're having bad problems, bad
yes,
ones,
yeah,
like it's becoming physical, police or they call beating for us, that kind of
yeah,
thing. And then something happens where you come to your best friend's house, you see his wife, the two of you una like the same thing, they enjoy the same gist, that kind of thing. She gets you. Meanwhile, your wife, when they try to she, babu, but this woman gets you. When you see her, your heart just goes, thank God, peace, And then something then happens between her and her husband, and that the two of you, when you're together, magic happens. When you are together, there is peace. When you are together, everything is great. Things go well for you. All of that. When the two of you have even just an evening together, you spend time together, you go on holiday. Will you not say, so that the world will not say that I'm a bad person? You will give up on that opportunity of peace, of having a really happy marriage. Of course, it's still going to have its problems, but like a really happy marriage. Will you give that up because I don't want the world to talk?
It's a very, very good question. But in my opinion, well, it's my opinion. If I were that kind of person or that kind of guy, I'll walk away. Because I will walk away. It may seem insane, but walk away.
No, I don't think it's insane. No, it's just an opinion. I just asked.
Why would walk away? Why walk away is that as Bumi said just now, you don't know what length somebody can go to hurt you if you do that kind of thing to them. You don't know. Don't ever underestimate anybody for love. If you watch crime and investigation, when people kill people for love, people go to the extreme to do. You can take somebody's lover and you think, oh, it's fun. The person will go there and can wipe your whole generation and still stand as, okay, let me go to prison. At least it is 1-1. So sometimes you need to use wisdom and walk away. Walk away because you don't know what the repercussion might be. Don't ever think the other man is a weaker vessel. The other man might just laugh about it, but it might not go down. The person can give you 5 years and still come back when you are even happy in that marriage, you guys have kids, and wipe up both of you out. So sometimes use wisdom and just walk away. Just walk away. That is the only thing I will tell you. If I were the one, I'll walk away and go and pray for somebody else and get somebody else. It's better.
Thank you for saying that, because that's really all I was trying to say. I'm not saying I agree with you with what she did, or that I agree with that people should do that. I have my own personal moral code, which is that I never date my men's friends and I never date my friends' men. I just don't. That's just personal. Even if we have broken up, we're not friends anymore. I don't talk to that guy. That's my personal moral code. But I know I'm not stupid enough to think that everybody else is going to have the same code.
Wait. Sorry.
Everybody's
now let her finish her statement.
No. Before she goes far, repeat the first sentence you made. The first one.
I said my own personal moral code is that I never date my men's friends, and I never date my friends' men.
But I can assure you that that's the way all of us feel here.
No, some people
I don't know why you're
on
hallelujah.
illicit sex or sex that's they're not supposed to have, and they will attach all kinds of rules to it. Well, they were breaking up. Well, they only dated for a minute. Well, me and her are not friends anymore. But if that connection was not there, they would not actually be interested in that sex. It's the connection that's making the sex a thing for them. But I'm not saying everybody has to live by those rules, but that's just my personal rules. You understand?
But Bumi, let me be very, very honest here, right? In uni, I was dating a guy.
But that doesn't but that doesn't mean that what I said is not true or that I disagree with it. If a friend of mine comes to me and says, "This nigga broke my heart, fucked all my friends, fucked my mother, and now I'm about to run through all his friends," I'm not gonna talk her out of it. I would drive her there if that is her own personal. And you understand, if that's her own personal standard and that's how she wants to get back to him, more power to you.
Let's go, people.
Over. You know what I mean?
Bobby, I want to say something. Bobby, I want to say something. You know, I sort of agree and I also sort of disagree.
Are we going back to Osu?
I don't care what you think. Now, this is the thing. When I was in Osu, there was a guy I was dating, right? And now you know I dated many people. I'm not ashamed to say it. There was a guy I was dating. There was a guy I was dating that was looking quite serious. This guy was like, "Look, Abby, I want you in my life, blah blah blah," and we started to date. Then I found out that one of my very, 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 very close friends, she just showed up and she was like, "I thought we had girl code. How could you? How could you do this?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? What did I do?" And I was like, "Hey, you're dating my ex." I'm like, "Who's your ex?" I was like, "Oh, that guy is my ex." And I was like, "When did you guys date?" Because I didn't know. Like, "Hey, we dated and then we broke up and now you're dating him." And because it was not like, imagine we thought you were girl code and blah, blah, blah. And this guy did not do me anything. In fact, one of the best relationships in my life, and I broke up this relationship. This guy still came and looked for me years after. And you know what? I still privately conk myself. Because my friend is happily married though.
You cannot tell me you can't find someone who isn't your friend's ex or your man's friend to.
But the thing is that I did not even know that they dated. I didn't even know that they dated.
You know, I'm just saying for me, that's why I just feel like it doesn't matter how much I feel like I'm going to connect with you. There's 7 billion of us on this planet.
No, but Bumi, this is the thing. I didn't even know that they dated. I did not know. But I didn't know. So when she was saying my ex, I was like, when did you guys date? She's like, "Oh, he was my ex." I was like, when did you guys date? I thought we were friends. How didn't I know that you were dating anybody? So I didn't know that they even had dated at all. And me and this guy, we were already together for months. He was like the best guy ever. And I still, because of girl code, I gave up this guy. But I know go lie for you. Once in a while, I knock my head because my friend is married and everything. And this guy, even when he still came around, he was still the best guy ever. And I was like, "Che,
Miss
thunder, fire, girl code." I'm telling you, I have to be honest. I felt thunder, fire, girl code.
Uncle has been waiting patiently and keenly.
Uncle Justin,
Our senior father figure, our chairman, somebody who has seen it all.
I love you all. You guys are wonderful.
And he loves us. And he's going to tell us the
truth. Seriously.
Yes.
You can cure hypertension. Quick.
We are put this in our blood, Ron. We are a cure for hypertension.
Great therapy. You know, life is so beautiful. Life is so good. some of us that are not conformists will enjoy this type of thing. I love Mr. H very well. I love him very well. He's
Very anointed brother.
what I call
It's fine
will
too.
be a very good person. But to me, it's a different stroke to different people.
Folks,
This topic, you get it. Sometimes you don't always get the best things in life. I've been a victim of that childhood love. Somebody you love the first time, but at the end of the day, you don't end up getting married. To women, issue of love is much more deeper than to men. I think women love with everything they have, but men love with caution. You will learn these things as life come along. To some of us, we don't care whether you are my ex friend or you are my ex this and that. When love comes in, some people throw decency to the winds. But along the line, we need to consider the consequences of our actions. That's what I want to say. Like Mr. Hayes says, some go out for revenge. Some go for just fun. Some take life so serious. Some doesn't take life so serious out of experience. Like me, I don't take life so serious. What is this life that we'll be fighting one another?
Especially over not for the bad thing.
You understand it? So along the line, somebody you put out your life for, you stake out your life for to love, along the line can break your heart. And not every one of us can manage heartbreak very well. You get it? I, for one, before I got married, I took a decision. And one of the decisions that I took, and that is I still believe in it, is it worth dying for my partner? If I go, the person still is alive. It can only mourn me for probably highest 1 month. Life goes on. And so, like I advise myself, it's a wisdom thing that I got. I got it from the Bible, the book of Hosea, which is the husband of the unfaithful wife, as they say. So from there, I advise myself, yeah, what will my wife do to me that make me to leave her? I check every other thing. There's always an alternative. I can cook my food if she doesn't cook. I can take care of my home if she doesn't take care. We have children. I can take care of my children if she doesn't want to. Marriage. Sometimes if he doesn't want to continue, I can go and remarry if I want to. But the one that I can't do for myself is the sex thing. I can't sex myself. I need somebody.
There are ways, been told.
So that one is important to me. How would it be if I found another man with my wife? What would be my reaction? So some, they can just, with that anger, they do the unthinkable that will lead them to perpetual regret in life. And one option that I chose, that if I found that person, if it's in my house, at least I still pay for the rent. I have a personal entitlement to it. I'll ask the person to go. Please, can you excuse us? Then oftentimes I might not talk immediately because you will not get the right answer. There's this saying in my place that it's not that you are angry that a man came into your home to sleep with your wife. But what did they talk before that happened? He must have said the man is useless. The man doesn't do this. The man doesn't do that. You get it? And that can kill a man faster than the real thing.
The actual sex. Wow, interesting.
So for me, reactions are different to everybody. You can marry your ex if you want to, but I want to go on the side of Mr. H. I want to
The
respect
anointed one.
myself.
The
I want to
anointed one.
limit myself. I mean, the life ahead is, I mean, it's better than the one we have lived, as far as I'm concerned, because there are better opportunities out there. You get it? That's my take on this all. I'm
Okay.
Thank
not a
you.
very
But
hard person. I'm very lenient.
Thank you
Mr.
very much.
H, if you're
Yes.
erring on the side of what, sorry, Mr. Justin, if you're erring on the side of what Mr. H said about, oh, you don't know how some people are, that kind of thing. Now, we do know that there are instances where a man will present himself or a woman will present herself as single to someone and say, oh, I'm single, I'm ready to mingle. And this person, again, let's be realistic. When because me, I believe that there's some 25-year-olds who are so desperate to marry that in their mind there, that's 3 years they waited from 22 is as if it is 3 decades, and they are more desperate to be married than a woman who has been by herself but still wants to be married, but she's 50. Some 25-year-olds are more
It froze again.
So this person is like, oh, I met my man, oh, hey, blah 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 blah. I have met a husband. Then they find out that the husband that they met is actually married to somebody else.
Somebody's husband.
Now, the poor woman minding her business, taking care of her children, whatever. But then that girl is like, eh, I've been waiting for a husband and blah, 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 this and that and that and that. I no go agree, oh. There was a video that, I don't know whether it was Ron that sent it to me or was someone else, where the girlfriend went and stopped them. The man went to pick up the wife and the kids from the swimming pool or whatever, and then they stopped at the traffic at the gas station to get petrol, and the girlfriend pulled up and busted caps into the wife and the kid, that she wanted to clear them so that the man will not be free to marry her. Now that woman, she no know nothing, innocent. She pays the price for this man's infidelity. So what am I trying to point out? That can you be too careful? Can you be too careful and be like, no, let me not go here because I don't want somebody to come and bust cap in my head. You could be going and mind your own business and you don't even know that anything is happening around you. Unless someone just come and shoot you for nothing. So is life worth, because you're scared that someone might come and do something against you, you get a real honest opportunity to be happy, and you're like, because I'm afraid, I will rather just err on the side of caution and go for a life that isn't so happy because I want to be safe.
That's how real life is. Oh.
I,
Nobody has.
I was
Scenario.
just
No,
saying
wait,
that.
I'm asking Mr. Justin a question. Nobody asked you two who do not have his experience. So please, thank you.
Yes
Mr.
and
Justin,
no,
thank
in
you.
the sense
Thank
that
you.
the scenario, as for me, within the context that we are trying to discuss or decipher, is something under normal circumstances, not under desperation. Now, there's a thing they say in our place. Uh, when something is too sweet, it might kill.
Now something they kill him, man.
Yes, we are all trying to be cautious. If there are no rules and regulations in life, we'll all be going berserk. That's why we have such situations. I'm not saying that it's totally out of place. No, it happens. And whatever you get in the course of living your life, don't blame it on another person. Take it on you. You get it? There are situations where you want to be free. There are restrictions attached. Why? You think of your family. You think of a family wife. You think of your children. You think of even of your maybe friends. How would how will it affect them? You get it? Like this scenario you painted. Somebody who is highly desperate. See the thing. But we never thought it that way. You on your own, you did not think it would get to that level. You are just having fun. So what we are saying, and the essence of this forum is to be cautious. Like what's her name? Bumi said, our own moral code. And you don't expect everybody to have the same moral code. You see, for me, I can't carry a load that is heavier than me. You get it? That might be my weaknesses or something. But if I find what is going to work for me and work for everybody, why not? I'm a very traditional kind of person where we share things together. You get it? I feel I should have a right to share something with my partner, because if anything happens, she's going to be the one to bear most of the trouble. You get it? It might not be the best thing for her. She might not want it for her personal reasons and all that, but nothing stops me from sharing. Hey, this is what is happening to me. It's like I'm getting involved with this kind of person or this kind of thing. You get it? It's better she knows so that she will be able to either she accepts it, or if she wants to opt out, she will not prepare herself well to opt out.
So if I understand you correctly, you're saying that if ever you had that situation where you started being romantical with another woman, you would go to your wife and say, "This is what's happening."
Yeah, I will.
Okay, that's bold
In the
because
sense
many
that,
men
let me
will
give a scenario. Even when the man is not romantically close to a woman, like me, I'm a very free kind of person. I greet people, I catch fun with people. I'm a very like a touchy kind of person. And occasionally, even I've entered into trouble with it. You get it? Where somebody assume that like this guy is
Uncle, you have no
liking me,
boundaries.
loving me. You
That problem
understand
is
it?
keeping your hands to yourself.
You get it? I wanted to, but it can't. It's a
You
thing
better
in me.
try.
I don't know
Me
what
too,
moves
this.
it inside of me.
Uncle, you
You
better
get it?
find what it is.
And I am quick to express myself. You get it? There's a lady where I worked before.
God.
She's so lively. She's so amazing. Anytime I see her, she smiles, she talks well. I just like it. But one day I was passing. I saw her. She wasn't her usual self. And I had my two guys going with me. So I had to like approach her as if we have known before. And I said, hey, why are you not so happy today? What happened? You don't know when I see you, I'm happy and all that. And she was shocked. Like, do you know me? I said, I've ever known you. The difference is I've never come to you to tell you how happy I am when I see you. You know? She burst into
Uncle
laughter.
is risky, oh.
And she was like, wow, thank you. It's just that I had some bad day. I said, no, don't let the bad day spoil your day. There are people also who are happy because of you. You know? So when we left, my friend was like, Mr. Justin, do you know what you just did now? I was like, why? What happened? You are telling this lady you love her, you like her.
In a
I said,
workplace.
but I didn't mean it that way. Why are you trying to twist things for me?
Another person might even take it into something else that you be like, ha.
So,
There's so,
but
this
the
is one
second
area
thought,
that
when we left, I started thinking, hey, make my man no kill me one day. I go enter trouble, you know. But then
a
that thing
friendly
in
advice
me,
I'm
I'm
giving
a
you.
free person. I like a happy environment. I like happy people. You
You see, but
understand it?
uncle, sometimes what you guys think is okay is actually not okay. I'm not
Yes,
lying.
yes, I
Today,
agree
just
with you.
today, my daughter texted me about this very matter. This very, very matter. She texted me last night. I texted her yesterday. She was unusually quiet. I said, before I went to sleep, I remembered that, wait, I didn't hear back from this girl. It's not like her not to respond in a few hours or so. So I texted her again, like, are you sure you're okay? She said, no, I'm dealing with something right now. I decided to ignore it because I was like, this girl's probably trying to butter me up for money. Let me just mind my business and leave her. But then this morning, I started to get worried. And I texted her, and she told me that she's being sexually harassed at work. And I'm like, what? And she said her boss was coming on to her, and she got tired of it. She works as a bartender. She got tired of it. And so she told him off. And he got mad at her for telling him off in front of all the customers, and then called her into his office. And then she said that when she got into his office, he told her to bend over. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
What?
And she said that she hit him. So now she's distressed. She wants to quit this job. She doesn't know whether she's going. And me as from a different generation, I'm trying to read meaning into this. And this is my daughter. So there's a part of me thinking, oh my God, this girl, I don't want her to quit another job. I'm going to end up paying her rent. And there's a part of me that's thinking, did this guy really harass her? Or is it one of those generational things where older people think, I just like her. She's a nice girl. I'm always nice to her. But they don't see it that way. They see you people as crossing boundaries. I grew up in Nigeria, uncle. I have a lot of uncles that loved me, cared about me, but they crossed boundaries without realizing that they were crossing boundaries. Boomy, you're a big girl, inappropriate hugging, inappropriate questions. In those days, we didn't have the mouth to say anything, but times have changed. And this generation, they will push back sometimes. So honestly, if you're an older man, I caution you to, like, if you feel like you just said, uncle, that you can be handsy, you're friendly, you've been told before, you better bring that shit in. Like, I'm ready to kill this guy. The minute my daughter gives me permission, it's on. Like, it's on. You're not going to be sexually harassing my daughter. Another one is going to be struggling to go to work tomorrow and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that used to happen that it seemed normal because women didn't have the power to push back, that we now have the power to push back a little bit, that people will listen to us because of Me Too movement and Believe Women. And older men have to be very careful. Honestly.
Very, very careful. Yeah.
I agree with you. I fully agree with you. Generational changes is taking place, and people are beginning. Some of us, we are learning it, even language. You get it? Even language, we are learning how to adjust in our language without meaning any harm to anybody.
I know. I mean, things that we might not mind, they will mind. The younger people will mind. They will really be upset.
At the same time, culturally, I also remember when I started working in America, a lady started worrying me. You get it? And I was like, in my cultural, I think men goes after women, not women after men.
Yeah.
But when I came here, I find it that way, that a woman can walk up to you and ask you out or start maybe if it's a man, they will say sexually harassing the woman. So now that I'm older in America, I would have taken that as a sexual harassment, but I didn't know. You get it? So I was like running
women
away.
can sexually harass too.
Yeah,
absolutely. They can. They absolutely.
I'm so sorry.
And they do.
My head was pounding.
Yeah,
I needed.
I was running away, trying to avoid, even going to the extent of changing my sheet You get it? Because it was so glaring, it was so clear. I just came to America. And how would it be when people here, because of woman, they send me back to Nigeria?
Yeah.
Trump would tell you know.
In fact, that's what Kayode was talking about at the beginning of the show. Wealthy women who insist that their drivers, their gardeners, their husbands' employees have to have sex with them or they'll get them fired. That's sexual harassment. That's
Yeah, we don't know. Now we're beginning to know it. I have to go about
Because
it.
again, men like that, their friends will tell them, okay, you mean say that man wife won't check you? You won't come they complain, say they harass you. Are you okay? Chop the thing, like you be like, okay. So
But
sometimes they don't
imagine the
have peer pressure.
anxiety though, for a guy knowing that you're fucking your boss's wife. He's the source of your livelihood. I mean,
Yeah.
people who says things like that are stupid. It's not a joke. That is genuine sexual harassment.
Yeah.
It is, and it is scary because this is not just someone who provides your livelihood. This is someone who most likely is powerful enough to affect you in
Exactly.
a really serious way.
A pussy you don't want.
Exactly. Maybe me, I don't even want this thing. Maybe they leave me. And then you can imagine where the wife is harassing him and threatening him. The Oga's daughter is threatening him, harassing him. Oga's sister is threatening and harassing him.
The bad behavior that some people exhibit, honestly.
All because of this 6-pack.
If you say no, he's saying he could get lost in Kirikiri. Nobody will ever find him.
Again.
Yes, exactly.
It's a cultural thing. It's something we get to learn. You understand it? And at the end of the day, to save me from that,
so basically, public service announcements. Let me put my face where people can say public service announcement from Mongolo Croonings with Abby and friends. Ladies, if you're in positions of power and you're forcing your husband's employees to have sex with you, just know right now that you are actually a sexual offender. You are a molester, you're a predator, and you're a harasser. So just know that now. You're a sexual predator, and you should face the law just like any other man.
Well, you don't realize that the law
offenders here.
Victoria. You do realize that law you just quoted is territorial.
When it comes to harassment like that.
Thank you. Good. Sometimes the cultural issue comes in. How did I get a little bit out of it to bring it into the knowledge of the lady? Another lady saw it and called me. Hey, Justin, what is going on between you and this lady? I said, no, nothing. No. But the way she's coming closer to me, I'm not comfortable. So she, is it that you don't understand what he's trying to do? I said, I'm confused. I don't know which one is which. But I just came to America. I don't want trouble with anybody. So eventually it was the manager that went ahead to approach the other lady. I said, hey, do you realize you are getting closer to Justin that is not comfortable with it? So the one that is getting closer to me was like, you think I don't know what you're doing with Justin. You want to have him alone? That's when he came back to tell me that is what they are thinking.
Hey, voila,
like Yoruba people will say, Mogbe. I said, trouble don't start to. If you like this Justin openness of doing things is getting them into trouble. You got it? So that was when I now picked courage and went to the one that is encroaching on me. Why? Because the manager came to tell you this. You think I'm doing something with the manager? Well, if you're not doing something with him, why is she always happy around? Sure.
Is she supposed to be sad?
I said, everything when I come in, I help her to do her job. Then some of you are not respecting her. I came in to stand in between. You get it? Why wouldn't she be happy that I'm helping her to do her job?
They say Uncle have turned to a hot
I'm
cake.
gonna get in trouble. I swear to God.
You know, so at the end of the day, well, why can't you come and talk to me? Will she be the one to come and talk to me if you don't like me? If you don't understand? I said I was confused. It's just in a discussion too that I came up with it. Why are you guys putting in this?
Uncle Justin, you better sit and desist. You're going to enter trouble. Oh.
No, I'm okay now. I'm okay. I know the whole thing now.
Eh,
You get it?
don't
So at the end
don't
of the
greet
day, what I'm saying,
nobody,
what I'm trying
don't
to
talk to
bring here,
nobody, don't look at nobody.
some of us are
Nobody you're not
naive.
supposed to help.
Being
You
a
get it? Some
mole
of
at
us
work,
are
the eyes
naive.
are closed. You
We
can
play
see.
along. You understand it? But we don't know the consequences of our free-mindedness. You understand it? There's another one, a lady who wants to be coming to church, but he doesn't have a ride. I volunteered.
Hey,
Along the line, hold on. When I'm going, I will drive with my wife.
Uncle Justin,
We'll
Uncle
go and pick
Justin,
her.
Uncle
Along the
Justin,
line, I don't
Uncle
know.
Justin, you need
It
to follow
doesn't
those
sit well with my wife.
Uncle Justin, Uncle
Yes.
Justin, please put up your hand like this and repeat after me. I solemnly swear
I swear.
to stop helping women that are not my wife.
Oh my goodness.
You get it? So some of these
You want
things
to
it
enter trouble?
happens.
No, the volunteering, your volunteering days are over.
This is why
Uncle Justin is just a nice
this is why
guy.
he relies heavily on his wife to be able to say, look, this is what's going on, so that his wife can say, you know
His
what,
wife is not in half of these situations
stop
to say
it,
anything.
or you know.
You know,
Uncle,
another
just
scenario.
stop volunteering. Stop volunteering anything. Don't be
I did
volunteering
a
anything.
birthday party
time.
for my wife.
Abby is like, Uncle, don't
Get it?
volunteering at all. Abby,
By the time
this volunteering.
my wife to invite people, but not many people. I'm the one that invited everybody. And she was surprised. How do you know all these
So
people?
who knows whether this man that this lady now went to marry, this best friend, maybe he was always volunteering to help. You understand? To be there as comforter. Like he would tell his friend, don't worry, I'll talk to your wife.
I was just taking her home. That's exactly where it starts. Uncle,
You know, like you'll be like, oh, don't worry, your wife. You see, can you imagine my wife? Don't worry, I'll talk to her. And then he will go and talk to the wife will calm down. So after some time, she now associates her being calm with him and not her husband.
Also remember that as the best friend, he probably was also the shoulder she cried on when she was
exactly
upset.
Now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying
we
to
get
say.
it now.
Right?
We get
So,
it now. It happens
when
almost
she was
every
broken, this was the
You get
shoulder. This was the guy who basically will buy, you know what, don't worry, I'll take care of
talk to
that.
him.
I'll pay for your hotel tonight. You sleep somewhere calm. You know, this guy was possibly was that kind of guy who basically is like, oh my goodness, these are my people, I should help. And in the process of helping,
Exactly.
in the middle of
He helped
somebody being
himself
broken,
into a
no. There's also okay. So let me play the devil's advocate. There's also the possibility
is not a normal person.
no. What if that the guy was so kind that the woman started wondering that why didn't I marry this guy instead of this other person?
Exactly now. And he is actually being his
business.
own G's guy. Like he's like, I'm my G's guy. I'm my G's guy. I'm trying to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, that's a possibility, but there's also the possibility that in the process of her crying, is like, you know what, you're gonna be okay. She's crying on his shoulder, and then the thing gets a little heated, and bam, it happens.
And you know the way they show it in movies, she will be crying, she'll be like, I don't know what I've done. It's okay, calm down. I don't get it. I just don't get it. The next thing, somehow his hand will be on her face, and next thing they'll look at each other and they'll be like, no. Like,
Please, 1 minute. If you are watching, if
Yeah,
you're watching
I
right
get
now,
it. The
please,
fact remains that there are people like that. You get it. That's why sometimes I try to be open, you know. Then at some other time, I like, if I say this now, I don't know how it's going to end up with her. You understand it? But somehow we work out, we get along, and all that. He knows I'm the like I see myself sometimes when I come into a place, what they call the life wire of a place. When I come in and things are not going well, people are not happy, I come up with something, and everybody was kind of happy. You get it? And I go my way. Not knowing somebody is trying to start thinking something else and all that. You get it?
Uncle, you know what you've just told us? This is a typical Sophia in London situation whereby you are innocently doing innocent things, but you don't know that everything you are
Broke
doing
our
is
10 laws. Where you
places everywhere as you go, thinking that you are doing good.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Sometimes it's like that, but I
Oh
have a
God,
way of
I can't do
reviewing
this anymore.
everything.
Oh God, my headache has even shifted to the back now.
Understand it
Please, if you are
correctly.
watching
Now
us
before
right
she's not a normal person, I've been crying with laughter. She said she
You
wants
bam
to
now,
bam.
bam bam with the big boys.
Bam
I
bam.
hope
You
she
know
doesn't
that
even
when
kiss
bam,
kiss.
bam.
so they start running kitty kitty and running kata kata.
I'm reading that away.
Yeah, the thing is this. The thing is this.
Finally, they don't they drink water drop up.
I see people, I see some of my friends who have entered into big trouble with this type of
I've laughed
thing.
so much. I'm actually running a temperature now. I'm running a temperature because I've laughed so much. But before
okay,
actually, I don't say normal person. You know, me to come and join us saying you're making us laugh.
wait. Wait. If you are watching right now, please help us on our YouTube
Oh
algorithm
my
by
days.
clicking
So there
subscribe.
was this my a colleague, a senior
Uncle,
one
wait
at
1 second. Uncle,
office.
just 1 second. 1 second, Uncle. Wait, Uncle,
Okay.
1 second. So help us by clicking the subscribe button, notification, and please like the video because I see a lot of you watching and laughing. And that reminds me, Bumia is yet to subscribe and Candy
Me
is yet to
too.
subscribe.
I thought I
Yeah.
subscribed.
Imagine.
I,
Imagine.
are you sure? I'm pretty sure I subscribed.
I thought
Check
I did too,
again,
but I think
please.
On the
if you
YouTube
subscribe but
channel.
you don't watch the video on YouTube or something, it doesn't count it.
Yeah, you have to watch
Yeah.
the first 5 minutes.
You
If
have to
not,
watch
it's
it
not
for
going to.
3 minutes. You have to watch
Is
it
it
for
3 or 5
3
minutes?
minutes.
3
3 to
minutes.
5
Okay.
minutes before you click
Did,
subscribe.
did I subscribe on YouTube?
No, you
Yes, I
haven't
see.
subscribed though.
And
His
I'm
name
back
is there.
on Facebook right now, but when I get back on, I'll start posting on my page so that
So
people
Are
can
you
as a matter
serious?
of
Yay!
fact, the
That's what
same
we
way.
Are you
want.
serious?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah. You see, wait, hold up. She deserves
Candy, are
generous
you
support.
going to join suit?
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't want to before because I thought I wouldn't have showered. Look at all
Who
Wait,
are you
what?
playing that for?
Wait, what?
Hello,
No, Bumi said she's going to start posting our show on her page. So I said, who else wants to join her?
Oh,
The one with the
Okay.
big boys.
Please, the
Let
big
her
at
post.
least please
We'll join
join.
her.
Let us join the big boys. We want to bam bam.
our subscribers. If I Bumi start with
We
the
want to
Star
bam
Wars,
bam. We want to chill with the big boys.
that was your
I'm
greatest
still banned
show.
though. I have like 10 more days before I can post
Where?
on Facebook. They banned me for a
Not
month.
again. Not
So,
again.
Hey,
Send us the
how many
link.
times have they
Send
banned you
us the
now?
link.
I'll send it on the group. I'll send
Okay.
it on the group. So you
Okay.
can share it and ask people to subscribe.
Ron will do
Emmanuel,
all of
where are
that
you?
kitty for now.
Emmanuel, oh. Emmanuel.
Yeah, he's not there obviously. So
who's Emmanuel?
So okay, let's
Sexy.
go back to this situation now, Mr. Justin. Before I let you go, Ron started this whole show with a massive diatribe of how the woman is the one at fault. She went and betrayed her ex-husband and her friend by marrying the ex-husband's best friend. As if this man was sitting down in his house sucking feeding bottle and minding his business. And his wife was like, "Hey, baby, would you like to also take these biscuits to join the feeding bottle?" And then that woman just came and carried the man and took him to her house and married him. So we were like, this blame is to be apportioned between the two, not one person. In fact,
Everybody has changed, shifted ground. You are the only one alone.
no,
Bumi
how,
has given us
how am
an
I the only one?
Andy has told us how morally upright and wholesome she is. She has a very high standard. Mr. H.
When did I tell you that?
Please.
See the
So basically, me when he brought this gist earlier, I was like, the way you are shouting, it's two people that did this thing now. Two people betrayed their best friends because the wife betrayed her ex-best friend, who is the man's wife, and the man betrayed his own best friend, who used to be her husband. So both of them are just as bad. He was like, "No, the woman is a harlot." I was like, "Excuse you? She's not getting paid. She married the man, for Pete's sake. If she didn't marry the man, and she had opened up a little room and the man came and dropped money every time, then maybe we might even call her a harlot. But no, she married him. She's his wife. She's not a harlot." So Mr. Ron did not agree. But Mr. Justin, I know I want to prevail on your sense of wisdom.
Hold on.
People still
And
people
excuse
still say
me,
people still say harlot.
Before the marriage.
excuse me, I am addressing Mr. Joyce and all you please. Thank you. So Mr. Joyce, please, can you tell me from your fountain of wisdom and volunteering experiences, which we have agreed that you will no longer do, please?
Amen. We need to make that the prayer.
Can you tell me, in this scenario, as we will say it back in Nigeria, in this scenario that we have put on ground, story for the gods. In this scenario that we have put down, who is that? Is it only the woman that is at fault, or is both the woman and the man? I've continued.
I don't think there's anybody that is at fault per se. Issues came up,
Jesus is
and
Lord.
they are trying to deal with it.
Apostle, we hear this.
Why do I say so? Why do I say so? Why do I say so?
You don't want to scatter your pepper scatter.
Hold on now. Hold on. I want to borrow. You see, when we don't learn to take responsibility,
the betrayer. Sorry.
When we don't learn to take responsibilities, we are looking for an scapegoat. These are two matured, consenting adults.
Oh, Jesus, Lord.
Who feels
that was dumped was not consenting to any of this. I mean, don't know the whole story, ni uncle.
Thank you, Bumi.
No, what I'm saying, he said two of them. At least two people came together and do something. That's what I'm looking at. Nobody was forced to do the other or not to do the other.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant nobody was hurt, and it's okay.
No, people were hurt, but these two chose to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying now.
So what I'm saying, they chose to do what they decide to do. Now, when they, as they say in our Nigeria, when Kasala boss, somebody is looking for who to hold responsible, and now you cause her, not be me cause her, now you cause her. There's no basis for that. Take responsibility. If you need to amend what you have done wrong, offenses you have committed, somebody you have hurt,
But
People
the
want to say,
show is about us judging the morality. Like, did they do anything wrong, and who did the worst thing? I feel like this is something that men do, right? When men
You
fuck
see?
up, it's always general. The admonition is always general. People shouldn't blah blah blah. People shouldn't blah blah blah. Let's try to be better. Blah, blah, blah. But if a woman fucks up, it's very specific about her. And it's clear that the best friend is more wrong than the woman in this case. And none of these men can bring themselves to actually say that. They want to generalize. You know how people behave.
There's no time out. Let her finish.
I just want guy.
He waited for everybody to finish, which is very unlike Bumi. So Bumi will finish.
The point of the show is not this attitudes to life and how people should behave. The point of the show is to actually judge the morality of this situation. Don't tell us. Did anybody do anything worse?
And that is why the man is worse than the woman.
We're going to judge on this issue of we're all, everybody should be mature, everybody should have a miracle. No, we're talking about this specific situation. I want to hear one man say the guy did worse than the woman, or don't say it, but at least tell me that you're saying the woman that is the same in your eyes, and then we can argue about it. But don't be generalizing and missing the actual point of this show, which is to judge.
Ron is going ahead because he believes that you're on his side, though, that the woman is at fault.
No.
You see, I want to disagree. I want to disagree. You get it? Why? Two people, they are adults. They know what, like a person who decides to leave his or her marriage.
We know that.
We want to blame them for it.
Yes. So who do we blame the most?
There's nobody to blame. She knows what she wants, and she went for it.
Okay.
But what about the man's wife now?
Is there anyone to blame?
The same way, I don't blame the man's wife for trying to fight for what she owns.
What does she own? She's with another man's wife.
Okay, I think Uncle does not know what happened. Let me refresh the story.
Uncle, let me break it down. So it's like Bumi is married to Mr. H and Candy is married to Ron. Because I'm removing myself from this thing today. So then Bumi is married to Mr. H, Candy is married to Ron, and Bumi and Candy are best friends. Mr. H and Ron are best friends. Then Bumi and Mr. H have fights. And Bumi now, she know they take nonsense. Kia! She don't carry godo. They beat Mr. H. Carry Kaya, throw him outside. Say nonsense and ingredients upon his soul. And she was like, Mba, I know do again. 2 years, dragging themselves all over social media. Then, somehow, Ron was not the Mr. Comforter in this story. Before you could say Jack Robinson, Bumi had now married Mr. Ron. And Candy is still Mr. Ron's wife.
So
and Mr. Ron is still Mr. H's best friend.
We have been telling Bumi, be calming down. You see your life now.
No, any day she doesn't drive, she seems to be giving stable answers. But when she has to drive, just forget that day. Forget it. Then nothing is going to fly for that day. But today that she didn't drive,
so, Mr. Justice, you get them now. So, Ron and Mr. H are best friends. But Ron now went and married Bumi, who used to be Mr. H's ex-wife, and who used to be his own wife's best friend. So now who do was pass? Is it Bumi or Mr. Ron?
Oh, you forgot to mention that they're divorced, right? They're divorced.
And Bumi and Mr. H don't divorce, so they're not married again.
But
they
don't divorce, so.
But Ron not divorce Candy. They're not divorced, so they still date together, but they're not in the same location. But they are still together in a marriage. Then Bumi now is in the same location as Mr. Ron, so she can't marry Mr. Ron. So they say now Bumi own was passed because she was married, that she's now marrying her husband's best friend.
Imagine that your wife.
The man who call it the man is our best friend.
Wait, Bumi is explaining it in a
Imagine
better
that
way.
you and your wife got divorced, uncle, and for some reason it was a bad divorce. People were fighting, you hated each other, and then all of a sudden you hear that your wife and your best friend are married. Who would you be more mad at? You and your wife, you hate each other at this point, and you're divorced, you've gone your separate ways, but you and your best friend, you're still cool. And then all of a sudden you heard that your best friend has married this your ex-wife, and she did bad things to you that he knows about. And he's still married to his own wife.
And he's still married to his wife, and his own wife is best friend.
Now, who do what pass?
Worse pass in this situation.
Exactly.
That the man have been at the woman.
Now, I'll still have to be. You see, this thing, there's this saying in our place. We talk about wisdom. They said the rope that comes out of the pathway gave people opportunity to trample upon that rope. Get it? Now, Ron and let me use the first scenario. Ron and Candy, they are still married. Bumi and Mr. H, they divorced.
Yes.
The circle is still friendship.
Yes.
Now, for me, if it's me coming back to what Bumi asked me, we have separated, and my friend, who thinks is the best person to deal with my wife, ex, and all that, carry on. And I go happy.
That is my exact position.
I no go fight her.
That is my exact
in the sense
position.
that this is the thing. There's another adage in our place. The farm that you don't want.
This one I'm writing down today.
The farm that you don't want, even if you go back, it grow beautiful fruits and all that. You rejected it. You can't go back there. You get it?
We get one adage for where me I come from. It be like saying that adage you dey follow.
This is why I don't follow.
Wait. It's like that adage. It's like that is the adage you're following. There's this adage where I come from. That if you enter, wait now, Kayode.
It's all yours.
Kayode.
No, but
you know what Mr. Justin is doing here.
But would that guy still be your friend? Would you still
wait, Mr. Justin? You know what they do here? Your case na the man. Your case na like the man where they say he meets man and woman. Wait. Your case na like the man where he meets man and woman, they argue how they want chop coconuts. He can't go chook mouth inside. Now he head they go take break that coconuts last. So they go see him chop. So because you don't want they break your head, you can't insist, say nobody guilty. But let's be realistic.
I see what
I'm being realistic.
I think
the thing is this.
How they see women. They don't really
I see what's going on.
No. I'm not saying that.
No, let me fix the problem, Uncle. I see what the problem is. Please, Bumi, raise your right hand up.
Why?
Just raise your right hand.
He wants to do what I did with Uncle before. He wants to
say, I solemnly swear that I'm not going to attack
it is said, I did it first. It's no longer effective. Go and sit down.
I'm getting back to what you asked me. Why do I have to take that position? Why do I have to take that position?
But you see, Mr. Justin, let's be realistic. How can someone you call your best friend that you go with him to a bar to go and complain about that wish where you get for house?
You see, now you carry yourself.
Yeah, well, that's the more reason, Abby, why a man would normally say, you know what, I dash you fully.
You carry yourself, go there.
Yes.
So basically, you don't love him either. Like, let me ask you this: if your friend comes to you and says, "Hey, I like this girl, I want to marry her," and you know for a fact that this woman is problematic, you won't say that's probably not a good idea.
Not all men say that.
Advice.
It depends on your friend and the way he's going to behave. So
advice.
But they're saying
so. You see why it was so easy for Ron to be calling the woman a harlot, and the guy was absolved because this is what guys do. All of a sudden, everybody everybody is
disagree.
If women want to run through their friends, they have
and
to
pepperuzing
Ladies,
the whole thing. You are pepperuzing the whole thing instead of talking
Like,
the
you
truth.
ladies,
ask
it's very
them.
difficult. Ladies, it is very, very difficult to talk
Sir.
a man out of a woman he has chosen he's going to marry. Whether you
That's
know
not
her,
the point.
be the
That's not the
country,
point.
whether
It's not the point.
she's,
If you would be mad at your
like
woman
Abby
for
says,
fucking your friend,
whether she's
We are talking about the morality. Maybe the morality we said we were discussing.
It's like
We are
you
talking
have
about the
one rule
morality.
for your girl, for women, but you have a different rule for men. If you are mad at a woman like he is, he's calling her a harlot for sleeping with his friend, right? For a woman that's sleeping with a man's friend.
Then
But
what
you
is
don't get
it?
mad when your male friends sleep with your women. That makes no sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
what are you talking about?
So if she is a harlot, what is he? Because he's the one who is still married. She is not married, by the way. She is not married.
I was not supporting Ron's label of it. I was just saying that my position is along with Uncle Justin's own, where basically it's like, if you want her, right, and you have gone to marry the person where carry godo suffer me, it's all yours. We're all good. I'm very happy for you. I may not be there so that you can come and cry on my shoulders, because I understand what is coming.
But that would be okay if you're not mad at the woman. If you feel that way about both of them, if you're saying if you both found love, fine, more power to you. But that's not the case, according to Ron. According to Ron, the woman is a bitch, but he's fine. No, you can't have it both ways. Either they're both.
That is Ron's. That is Ron's opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, you said
That's
something
what kind
here.
of
I
friendship
remember
do you
Candy.
men have?
Candy.
And then
This
Bumi is now
is
trying to
nothing
use
to
it as
you.
my own opinion. It's not my opinion, Bumi. It's not my opinion. No.
Candy said something that they did not finish the story. That Mr. H and Bumi have divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And Bumi confirmed and said it was a terrible divorce system.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I still be bothered? What
No,
Bumi
okay, no.
should be doing with her life?
Exactly.
Uncle Justin. So this is the issue. So Ron is. So we're looking at it from perspective. So we're trying to judge the morality of it, and they're trying to say, like, okay, I understand your point of view of it, but the point we're trying to get at is that so Ron has made this woman to be the evil, like the villain, like she's the one in the wrong, like she's the one. Essentially, she went to snatch this man up. Like I don't even know. Like he's made her be the villain, but it takes it takes two to tango. Like it's almost like
her friend's husband.
She took her friend's husband. That's why he's still shouting.
Uncle Justin, you're saying you and her are over, so you don't care what she does. I agree.
Yeah.
We should not care. You're over.
But
you can fuck whoever she wants. But your best friend, you're still best friends. Why don't you care that he's fucking your ex, somebody who hurt you, somebody who, presumably ruined your life?
And then people like Ron will be like, she went to steal her best friend's husband.
What do you mean
as if the husband is sitting there on a throne and has no power.
Did she like tie him up, stress?
I'm trying to understand this thing. Carry wheelbarrow and carry the man and took him to her house.
He didn't have any say. He didn't have any choice. She put a gun to his head. Like, why do you say that? Like,
you see, why is it anytime we talk about men, you guys pretend that there are no men that are simps? You know, you pretend that there are no bitterness.
He's a simp now. We're saying
he's not a simp.
He's a simp because
that is Ron's answer to every man that does not conform.
Somehow he's got to be a simp.
A simp now. What
makes him a simp? Two people got married. Why is it one person that somehow is like the villain? Like two people.
Yeah, she doesn't even owe him anything anymore. They're divorced.
Yeah, this is the thing that's even funny here.
In fact, if anybody is wrong, it's this other man who's still in a committed relationship.
Yeah, that's the thing, because this woman is divorced. This woman is divorced. Ladies, this woman is divorced. She does not owe anybody any allegiance. She's divorced. This man is the one that is still married. He still has a wife. So he betrayed his wife and his best friend.
You're talking about the woman who's a
friend, allegiance, our own friend. Allegiance.
No, we agree
Yeah,
about
we
that.
agree. She betrayed her
agree.
friends.
We agree about her betraying her friend,
But she's not married to her
but
best
she's
friend.
not married to her best friend. But we're talking about
Abi,
the
are you
actual
on
marriage.
PCB? What's wrong with you? I said her
What?
best friend. Best
I
friend.
heard you correctly, and I said she's not married to her best friend, but he is married to her best friend. He is
What's your
married.
point? What's your
And
point?
he, even though he's married, he still went ahead and married a woman who is on her own. She doesn't have a husband.
Exactly. He's the one
And
who
yet
has
somehow he is still the
broken his
righteous
marriage.
person.
Yeah, he's
And
the
she's
one
the
who
one who is
stepped
the
out
bad
of his
woman.
marriage.
Double
Are you
standards is
serious?
Like it's crazy. Like I said in the beginning, I think it's a whole slimy situation, and like Bumi said, it goes against my own moral code. I don't
Of
date,
course.
I don't go with people like but still, but the fact is that if you're gonna make anybody guilty in the situation, you can't just put it all on the woman. The woman who's
Okay.
actually that is not in a committed relationship. She's somehow the one who's a harlot. How does that even make
Look
sense?
at this man. Look at this man. Doesn't he look helpless to you?
Ah.
Take a look at him.
Well, people, I think we have talked this talk to admit, because I'm ready to enter this computer and go and fight somebody in South Africa now, because I'm ready.
Just look at him. Opinion. No self-respect. Can't you not look at him?
You see, this men think with their dicks. That's all that's going on here.
In fact, their dick does not have enough brain power for them to use
now
it
it's
to
my
think.
turn to hit her, and they're just trying to defend that really
Hey.
level desire.
Anyway,
Okay, saying it from the one.
Standards. I always knew this about you people. You have no standards.
People of the internet, people of internet, I thank you so much for tuning in as always. Honestly, you guys are amazing, and of course the amazing panel. Thank you to Bumi, to Candy, to Kayode, to Mr. Justin, Mr. H, to Enuka did not come. Chai, did he pain me? Happy, thank you for your comments. Your comments got me laughing like crazy. Boosties, what? Oh, Enuka, please get well soon. Get well soon. To Mr. Noel, we were waiting for him to say something, but he ended up not doing that. Abi Fash, thank you so much for your comments. They're totally hilarious. Boosties, Akid Dutire. I hope I said your last name properly. Thank you so much for coming on. For every single person who has been watching, Monique, thank you so much. My regards to your mom. So thank you everyone, and till we do this again, same time, same place. Take care and God bless. Bye. Okay, guys, I have to go to bed though, because I have
a lot of reading.
What happened to Nike that came last week, the one that vexed and left?
Oh, I actually spoke to her because I rewatched the whole thing and I was just cringing. Like, why am I shouting at this poor girl?
So what did
I
she
replied
say?
to her on Instagram and I told her I was sorry.